Hey guys, welcome back and welcome back to the channel. First episode of 2024, we're going to do a 6th Sense unboxing, which there will be some things up for grabs here for the 500 sub giveaway. But before that, we're gonna talk about resolutions. I'm gonna share with you what I've been up to and what my resolutions are for 2024 and what that has to do with the channel and becoming a better bass fisherman. So if that interests you, stay tuned. First, guys, I wanted to share with you my resolution for 2024 was to join a local bass club. Now, I found out about this particular club through my mailman. For the last couple of years, he's been urging me that I should join. And I've kind of, I've wanted to do it, but I've more or less didn't feel like I had the time, or it just wasn't the right time. Excuses basically. I felt like I was just better off fishing by myself. But, wanting to turn over a new leaf going into the new year, I agreed to co-angle with him on a tournament in December and got a chance to meet the guys and to see if it felt like it was a fit for me. I went on that tournament. It was a great day, fantastic day. It's got a nice Z19 tournament edition, great outing. Fast forward, wanted to wait until they kind of finished off their year standings and stuff like that. Come around to January, I made the first meeting. They voted me in, I joined, and this is more or less a small club. It has roughly 30 members. Not a whole lot of advertisement about it. It's more or less word of mouth. Cool things about this particular group is that it is comprised of not only boaters but non-boaters, so people that don't have boats, and varying degrees of experience. This first tournament, or this first meeting rather, was, I think they welcomed in 5 of us new guys. Two had boats and like 3 didn't have boats, so it kind of is an even pool of boaters and non-boaters. Did the meeting. It's held at a local Mexican food restaurant place, just a big table group of guys talking about fishing. That meeting's agenda was more or less talking about the December tournament, and it's cool because those that caught fish on that during that tournament, they discuss basically spreading the knowledge, about how they caught them, where they caught them, and what they caught them on, and just a bunch of small talk roughly about fishing. So just a group of guys talking about fishing, so good time. Out of that meeting, they discussed the upcoming tournament for the month of January. The way things shook out, there was one guy that needed to team up with someone, and I basically had told him, I said, you're probably better off going with this other guy. You're probably going to have, he knows the lake, he knows all these things. You're probably gonna have a better time with him. So I kind of diverted to fish solo for this first tournament. And I felt like that would be a good opportunity to set up the cameras on the boat and just film my day of fishing. Well, come the night before, and it was kind of a little bit later in the evening, I got a text from the club secretary and says, hey, there's this guy that so-and-so knows. He wasn't able to make the meeting, but he really wants to join the club. I know that you were planning on fishing solo. Would you be okay if this guy joins you for the tournament? And he says, hey, no obligations. I know it's kind of last minute. Do what you feel right with. I kind of thought on it, and I thought again, what is the purpose of joining this club but to spread the love and spread knowledge and time and all this stuff with your fellow angler. So I went ahead and I texted this guy back, and I was like, hey, I hear you want to fish, give me a call back and we'll make plans. No sooner than that text message hit his phone, obviously, ring-a-ding, he calls me back. We discuss things, and I tell him that, hey, I'll meet you at the ramp. Fast forward, you get there. Unfortunately, this guy wasn't as informed on where we were actually going to be launching from and things of that sort. He texted me, he says, I totally understand if you want to get going. I know they've already started. If you want to leave, take off, I understand. And I says, no, man. You've come too far now to turn back. I'll wait for you. Just come on, be safe. So he makes it to the boat, and we take off.
Morning. Morning, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It took me over on the other side.
Bag to you? Okay. You warm enough?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, let's try to push me off and get on.
All right.
All right,
Hop on. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
You made my dream come true, Mr. Steven.
I hope you're. I hope you are warm enough.
I'll be good.
Anything you're worried about blowing off?
Just me.
Careful.
It's a nice boat.
Thank you.
It's perfect size. You ask me.
Well, it fits in my garage. That's
the badass thing about it.
That was a big check mark.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Don't gotta pay for storage.
All right, you ready?
Yes, sir.
This guy had never been on a boat before in his life and his first time fishing a tournament. So it was good to share in that with someone that had never done that before. It was bone chilling cold and pretty foggy. I didn't know that lake. I had gotten a chance to go a couple of days before to pre-fish, so I'd marked some brush piles and planned on hitting some dock. Fishing in general in the wintertime can be difficult. So I didn't catch anything personally that day. Now my co-angler that day, he actually did catch a nice white bass, which is a couple of pounds. And so again, his first chance out on a boat, his first fish, you know, I enjoyed sharing that experience with him, and he was tickled pink. So to me, that's a good day. You know, that was my resolution, was to join a local club. I'll take you along as much as I can with that experience, but at the same time, I don't want to have cameras in people's faces, and you know, I want to respect their privacy as well. So, and back to my mailman who even told me about this thing, he doesn't know anything about the channel, and he may never know anything about it. You know, as far as the channel is concerned, you know, people will find it as they find it, and it'll just be a kind of spontaneous thing as far as I'm concerned. I do have something else that I will be sharing with you guys in the upcoming future. I have a opportunity to go to a thing here coming up in a couple of weeks from now that I'm really looking forward to. It's not a tournament, it's bass fishing related, and it's something I'm excited to be a part of. I'll see what I can do to bring that experience to the channel. So another 6 Sense delivery. If you guys aren't aware, there was a big release here recently of the hangovers that Ben Milligan had designed, and I got my hands on some along with some other things. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what we got. All right, so the first thing out the box is some fishing bags. Now these are very reminiscent of an overnight bag or a toiletry bag, but it makes for really a good storing of your plastics and stuff like that. So I got a couple of these. I got one in gray, as you can see that. And then I got one kind of in a camo pattern. So I've got two of them now for soft plastics. So here we've got some Busa Neds. This is in a 3-3. What color pattern is this? Is Smalley Snack. I wanted to get some more finesse stuff. So we've got one of those. We've got a Crush 50X. And this is in the Radiation Crawl. And as some of you guys, you 6 Sense guys, you know, if you guys follow Justin Royal's channel, he's a real fan of these. And I didn't have any, so I wanted to put them to the test. So I've got a couple of those. And we got another Crush 50X. This one's going to be in the pattern Shad Scales. Again, another just medium diving crankbait. Another shad pattern. Wanted to give this guy a try. Got a couple of those. So that's the other one of that one, and the other Radiation Crawl. What else do we have in here? Got another pack of the Busa Neds. It's going to be up like in a more of a purple and black pattern. Smalley Smoke is what they call that one. Now this is what I've been waiting for, guys. And trust me, these things went fast. So I'm lucky to have gotten what I got. I got 3 hangovers in the medium sink. They have the fast sink, and then they have the medium sink, and they have the slow sink. Well, I felt the best for me, probably getting used to these, was just go ahead with a medium sink. And luckily that's kind of one that hadn't sold out by the time I got there. These are all 3 going to be in the 4K shad pattern. There it is. I got my hands on 3 of them. I can tell you that one of these guys is going to be set aside for the drawing, for the 500 sub drawing, okay? So you're gonna have a chance to get your hands on one of these if you didn't already pick one up. 2024, January, again, it's about getting those resolutions. I hope you guys are fulfilling you guys' resolutions, continuing on throughout the year. I want to come out with some more different kind of content, more actually on the water fishing. I've had several comments to this point, particularly chiming in on the installs that I've done and kind of wanting to see some follow-up videos on that. So I plan on coming out with some of that. But what I can tell you, spoiler alert, everything on the boat has been working fantastic, and I'm very happy. Now, I have changed a few things up, and maybe in some of these videos I'll tell you what I've done. All in all, I am pleased with how the boat is performing, and I'm looking forward to getting out there on the water more frequently through these tournaments and the Bass Club stuff. Thanks for you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.